Hey guys, I wanted to make this video under different circumstances. Today is August 7th, 2025, and I just found out that my dad got diagnosed with ALS. It's been a rough day. And this is no dramatization. I don't do that on my YouTube channel. There's no dramatization, just telling the truth. I needed to bring up my Mini to go and get service. I lost my dealership locally. They ended up selling out. And I found a new dealership with extensive commercial equipment experience, and I feel comfortable bringing my Mini to them. I also bought a stump grinder and a rotary, like a rotary mower, like a brush mower if you want, for the end of the boom from them. I've neglected to get it up there because we've had a lot going on, a lot of things that are more important. They've been very patient and whatever with me. I'm going to be bringing up the Mini about 230 miles tonight, with the truck. I haven't even unloaded the tartan 10 yet because I've just had my hands full. It's been a rough day. Quick, because we always try to teach on this channel. If you do leave a truck overnight hooked to a trailer, I recommend you put your jack down because it's going to take the load off your leaf springs, and it's going to, or coil springs if you have that, and it will be better for you in the long run to do that. I didn't do it because number one, I was lazy. Number two, it was late. Had things to do. So we're going to try to make a really fun video today, and we're going to try to have it be the normal educational process. We'll talk about 7.3 towing it. I got a lot of comments towing this up, or several comments, that gas engines just shouldn't be towed over a certain given weight. They're rated for what they're rated for, and they do very well towing that weight. In my experience, especially this one, we're going to have no trouble today. I don't expect to have any trouble. The truck is built to tow that amount of conventional weight. It's rated for 18,000 pounds. I expect it's going to be easy peasy. We're going to try to use that to distract ourselves a little bit. In the meantime, know this going forward. I'm not going anywhere. I love making YouTube videos. I love you guys. I thank you for all your support. It's going to be a hard couple months, and I'm going to try and get up as many videos as I can. Please understand that I will not neglect you guys on purpose, but there are going to be things. I'm going to try to go help him get affairs in order, clean up my messes that I've created myself, spend some quality time with him, hopefully take him on a few trips. Understand that I probably don't want to film some of this stuff. So I will try and make YouTube videos as I can, and I promise I'm not trying to neglect you guys, but I just want to start off with that I'm not going anywhere on purpose, and I will be back. It's just kind of it's a tough pill to swallow. My dad and I are extremely close. So we're going to have, hopefully, a highly educational video to follow about trailers, about towing trailers, and about heading up to the cabin tonight with the mini excavator and doing a little bit of work up there while we can. Like I said, get some affairs in order up there, make sure that we're ready for the year, because I'm going to probably be not going to be at the cabin a whole lot for the next month unless he decides he wants to go there, which would be great, but it's all about him. So that's where we're at. And like I said, I mean no dramatizations. I don't want anyone to think that I would ever use this as a reason, as clickbait or whatever. It's just the truth. I want to articulate that to you guys so that you know what's going on. So if I'm a little spaced out or a little bit, not as repetitive on posting videos, that's the reason why. And it's the only time I'm going to bring this up on my channel. If any of you guys are religious in any way, of any denomination, of any type of religion, if you would, my dad's name is Larry, if you would pray for him, I would appreciate it. Thank you all. So we begin with educational stuff. When you're backing up and you're not in any situation where you need to worry about, trailer rolling away from you, you may want to remove, and if you don't need to have your brake lights going when you're doing this, you may want to remove your brake line. If you don't need it, just so you're not fighting the brakes. Yeah, you can turn them down. They'll probably still actuate. You probably don't need to have your brakes on when you're backing your trailer up, so I usually remove it. One other thing, if you're planning on doing any tight cornering, make sure you inspect your chain layout. You could easily, like this setup, because this truck is so high compared to other vehicles, these are a little bit too short. So I removed them so they didn't jam up. just a thought to you. Consider if you're, first of all, you should definitely make sure that your chains are the right length to work with your tow vehicle. If you have a half ton, you buy a Super Duty, you may need to reinvestigate your chain situation. In this case, this has a really janky setup. This was originally a surge brake setup, and it has been welded and converted, and one of the things I'm probably going to do is nip all that crap off and build a new 2 5/16 coupler off the front so that we don't have to deal with this, because I think that's a little bit too janky. It makes me have to run that really high. It's just kind of strange. So I recommend you do that. You don't have to do it. The other thing you do is prepare ahead of time. Maybe not unhook your and somebody did somebody use no, they didn't use a too heavy duty wrench. You could get prepared on removing your thing just so you don't have to deal with it later. It's not that big a deal. You can kind of do whatever you want to do. Keep in mind, don't let anybody ever push you around while you're backing. In my case, it's my property. I'll do whatever I darn well want. But take your time. When you're backing up, accidents happen. Take your time. Don't let people rush you. If you're at a boat ramp, don't let anybody push you. It's your time. Take your time. Do it right. And if something feels wrong, stop. Get out and take a look. There's no point in rushing, and no one else. It's not their business. Take your time. Do it right. Well, it's the next morning. We were all dressed up and ready to go, and left, and found out that there were so many detours and so many blocked roads from all the patchwork of construction in our area that we ended up going out of the way, trying to get some food. By the time we got the trailer ready, I had a valve core insert fail on the trailer when I was airing it up. I have never had that happen in my life, so I changed valve core. So by the time we got tires aired up, trailer loaded, valve core changed, all of us ready, my buddy blew out his pants, crazy things happened. We decided to throw in the towel. We went for a little drive last night, hardly made any headway, and we're like, this is stupid. We're going to go home, we're going to get a good night's rest, and we're going to do this again in the morning. Well, that's why we're here. So, we got daylight, we got 2 packs of cigarettes, black sunglasses, and it's night. I don't know, Blues Brothers reference there. I don't even know where I was going with that. But we are rolling, and so let's talk about the truck really quick. We got about 17,000 pounds behind us. We have 200 and something miles to go. We have almost a full tank of fuel, but we've definitely burned a little bit. You're definitely going to burn some fuel rolling like this. I am locked in 7th right now. We're locked out 8th, 9th, and 10th. I'm on these really narrow roads. This road is literally darn near the width of the truck. I hate to be a sissy, but I'm doing like 52. I can hold 8th right now, not at the stop sign. I can hold 8th. However, 1,500 RPM sounds a little bit, just because the engine can do it, doesn't mean you should.
That's going to take you right downtown.
Yep.
But that's okay.
Just because you, it just seems like to me with a gas motor, they're not necessarily optimized for tons of load at low RPM. The way I kind of see it is they don't have as much oil flow there, so don't do it. On diesels, they definitely have that oil pump tuned up to do its job from idle to 3,000 RPM. A gas motor has to be able to perform up to 5 or 5,500 RPM in this case, 52, whatever this thing shifts at. Well, it carries 55. Well, first gear is maybe a little short 55. But in theory, if the pump works well up at 5,000, maybe it doesn't work as efficiently or move as much oil at lower RPMs. And the way I see it, running a little higher gear never hurt anyone. The combination is extremely, we'll be able to go all day like this. And once we get on some wider roads, I'll kick her up to 60 or something like that, and we'll make a little bit of headway. We'll get on the freeway. We got to take a little bit of a detour because they have the Zilwaukee Bridge out. So we have to take 675 around the Zilwaukee Bridge. I don't imagine we're going to have any trouble with this endeavor. It's just going to take a little bit of time because we're in no rush and we just got to get there safely. Hopefully I'm going to go straight to the Kubota dealer, but we'll see. Well, guys, we are finally heading north on I-75. We got wide lanes, we got higher speed limits, which we're not really taking advantage of because this is about perfect. But we have a long haul ahead of us, which is fine. I think everything's going to go swimmingly now that we got over here. Michigan right now has got more road work everywhere we turn. Left, right, front, center, side to side. Road work everywhere. So, it has been a bit of a nasty morning, but honestly, we didn't make terrible time. It's 9:30 right now, and what time do we leave, Bob? What time do we leave the farm? 8?
Yeah.
8? All right. So, you know, an hour and a half to get across the thumb, it's not so bad. It's about twice as long as it should be. Well, not twice, but it's at least 25 minutes longer than it should have been, or 30 minutes. But we're here nonetheless. So we're heading north, heading to exit 222, where it's fun for me and you. That's what we used to call it for 33. So anyway, it is a nice day. It is 82 degrees already. My only remark is that I was surprised how warm the tires were on the trailer. But I think the cement is just holding in a lot of heat, asphalt, cement, whatever, all the different types of roadways. I think they're holding in a lot of heat right now because of how hot it is during the day and how not cold it is at night. It was still 70 degrees at night tonight. It's just that we had a lot of dew. But the road really shouldn't have gotten that. So the road may have still been pretty hot, especially with the sun load this morning, and it transferred some heat to the tire. I was just surprised that they were warmer than I expected them to be, but it may also be because I'm a little bit calibrated toward you know, this is the dead of summer in August, so is what it is. So we're gonna get back to driving and keep heading north, and we'll update you guys as we have different changes in roadway conditions. Currently we are in actually 9th. I got it set at 60. We just hit 9th at 15. I may knock it back to 8th, not because the truck can't hold it, but because it just seems like to me 15 might be a little low, even though the truck can do it power-wise. Just because an engine can do it power-wise doesn't mean you should do it. So I may knock her back into 8th. We'll see in a few minutes, or maybe I'll wait a little while and then knock it back into 8th to give it a little bit more oil. We'll see. Just seems like the right thing to do. Let's talk about trailer stability really quick. We do talk about this a lot on the channel. The key is to get enough weight on the hitch, not all the weight on the hitch. If you go smack the truck tail or bumper of the truck down on the ground, you didn't really help yourself. You want to have a relatively flat frame on the truck. Ideally, if you are towing or hauling very heavy things, the suspension is set up for a good average. It is not set up for 100% max weight all the time. It's set up for a happy medium between an empty truck and a loaded truck. If you're going to be a loaded truck, often you may want to invest in airbags. My God, time flies. We're almost about to get off the freeway here. I wanted to have a talk. Fuel economy came up once you're sitting at a constant speed. So with 17K behind us at 58 to 57, we're probably getting 9.5 because we keep ratcheting it up our average here. So I think that is extremely respectable. As you can see, we are in, 8th at 1,800, which is just about perfect. You could go all day, all night, just like this. Definitely a very, very impressive truck. So I want to share how excellent this trip is going. We're showing 228 miles so far with the Mini behind us. 8.5 average mile a gallon. Now, like I've said before, this truck is always about 0.2 over, so it's probably 8.3-ish. But that's still, in my opinion, absolutely amazing for this combination. I do have it, I was just going over, you can probably see the hill behind us. I feel bad for not filming that, but I had to take a call on the Bluetooth. So I want to give a little bit of a, I guess report back. The small, little teeny, little bitty hills that are on M33 that I'm sure many of you Michiganders know all about were absolutely not even a question, issue, concern. Guys, this is by far, and I've said this before, the best gas towing option you can buy. Period. End of conversation. There's no better gas pickup truck that you're going to buy. It is absolutely a beast. Having an honest 17,000 pounds behind us, and we are just absolutely cruising. If you have a travel trailer, even a big fifth wheel, you're just going to be able to eat up the miles and have a great time doing it. This is a conventional hitch. No gooseneck going on here. Can you guys see? Well, I don't know. Trust me, it's a conventional hitch. We are as comfortable and as happy as can be. If you have a 15,000 pound gooseneck that you want to tow with a 7.3, even with 373 gears, you're going to eat up the miles and be comfortable and happy doing it. I like to drive my truck like this. Why do I like to drive my truck like this? Well, first of all, if I had to white knuckle my truck, I would say I'm not driving it right now because something is wrong. This thing is an honest one finger driver at 65. The other reason I do that, because someone's going to say, why don't you have two hands on the wheel? I like to have this hand available to grab the wheel. If I had to throw in counter steer, I do not want my hands locked up on the steering wheel. I never drive with two hands on my wheel. So just so anybody asks, I have a reason for that, and that's because I've done a lot of drifting and I know exactly how to drift. And when something happens, I don't want to have two hands wrapped up on the wheel, because that's exactly what happens. When you have a vehicle that requires multiple turns lock to lock, you can't have your hands locked in on the wheel, because you're only going to get a teeny weeny bit of steering out of it. You got to be able to put in some steering, and most importantly, take that steering back out. And that is relevant to towing, because if you have a tank slapper happen, well, you're going to be in trouble. I don't remember if I covered this already. I think I started to, and then I had to take some calls. Weight distribution. This is a conventional hitch. I have the Mini's total weight just forward of the center line of the axles. The reason I do that, and I don't have it all the way forward, is because you're just going to be putting a ridiculous amount of weight on the hitch and a ridiculous amount of weight on your front axle. What you want to do is you want to take, for argument's sake, all of the implement's weight and get it onto those axles, and then just move it a smidgen forward. What I go for is about 2 inches of squat on one of these vehicles. Now, if you have airbags, then you're not going to measure it in 2 inches. But let's just say you have a truck that isn't modified. 2 inches of squat is telling you you have ample hitch weight to keep yourself under control. There are all these videos on the internet about the little toy cars on the belt, and you move the weight around, it makes the thing do different things. They always go max forward or max back. Well, you get the exact same effect by just having it halfway in the middle and then forward a smidge. And you don't have maximum weight on the truck. You don't have an overloaded front axle. What we want to have is the two rear axles carrying a similar amount of load and some weight being put on the truck. And when we do that, we have excellent stability. We're not even, sweating. We're carrying on normal conversations, having a great time. It's a beautiful day. Truck's driving good. I mean, it just couldn't be any better than this. For all intents and purposes, unless you're crossing grades all the time, I'm constrained by the speed limit. I say this all the time too. Yeah, the diesel is going to get up to speed maybe a little bit faster. The extra range will help. It's going to save you a little bit of time here and there. But unless you're willing to do 5 or 10 over the speed limit, it can't gain you anything if you're already going the speed limit. The 7.3 liter gas, and I'm going to say this loud and clear, will do the speed limit on every single road in the United States with the vehicle at max configuration, except for a couple major grades out west and a couple major grades in the Appalachian Mountains, in the Blue Ridge Mountains. There's going to be a couple places when you're at max weight, 18,000 pounds or similar, that you're going to have to, be happy with going up the hill, maybe not at 60 miles an hour, 65 or whatever. You might have to back off a little bit. Then again, with
in half a mile,
loads,
turn right onto Michigan 32 East.
Or with a lot of loads, you may be able to set speed control and go the speed limit. Keep in mind, it is still a gas engine. It still has to do downshifts once in a while. This thing makes so much money at 3,000 RPM. There's almost nothing this engine can't do at 3,000 RPM. And if it can't do it at 3,000 RPM, it's going to do it at 3,500 RPM. So we are doing great. It is a beautiful day. We have a nice little reprieve and a little bit of a
turn right onto Michigan 32 East.
An opportunity to mentally check out for a short period of time, get some work done, accomplish some tasks, and think about the future to come.
Continue on Michigan 32 East for 9 miles.
And that is what we will be working on here over these next couple days. And this is just the beginning of a short little work half weekend before some real life situations start. So I will keep updating as we go, but I just can't give any more stellar of an update. 234 miles, 8.5 miles a gallon on the thing, 8.3 probably in reality. We have, just a little bit to go before we drop the trailer off, and then we'll be onward toward doing many things, including bringing home the dump trailer and my deal, or my whatever. And I forgot to show accelerating. I'm doing maybe quarter throttle at most, These are some corners up here, so I'm not going to really get going super fast. It does the job. It does the job. And that is really what matters with this whole thing. It is very comfortable, very safe, very easy to drive. Anyone could drive this. It is a matter of conquering any fears you may have and just focus on you know, your knowledge. You can build a whole lot of trailering knowledge, towing smaller stuff. It's all going to translate to towing big stuff. It's all about being conservative, leaving yourself some extra room for error and some extra room for things that you don't know is going to happen. It's like right now, if we blew a tire right now, I wouldn't want to be over there in the ditch. So we're not taking this corner at 65, 67 miles an hour like we probably could, because we're going to leave a little extra in the bag to keep things under control if something scary was to happen. Now, this trailer has load range age tires. I don't think they're going to blow out. They are aired up properly for the weight on the trailer. I'm not worried about it at all. But, you know, I've seen trailer tires blow out. It's funny, I had this exact same Mini. It's a KX057. It's a decently heavy Mini. One went past us, the exact same machine I have, KX057-5, was on a trailer on a 14,000 pound, and I know that because it was, I know the trailer model that went by. It was a 14K rated trailer with, you know, not heavy duty. They're just going to be load range E trailer tires. I was empty or maybe towing something, a snowmobile trailer, I think, or something like that. Or maybe it was a four-wheel trailer. I was doing probably 70, 75 in a 75 on I-75. A lot of 75s going on here. And he passed me, okay? He got like right there, and I'm like, whoa, those tires really don't look good. Bam! Blew out the right rear tire right in front of me, showered this truck covered in rubber. I was not pleased. But that's an example of, you go play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Going too fast, put a lot of heat in the tires. Running too heavy on too light a trailer, put a lot of heat in the tires and in the bearings. It's going to eat away at the life of the trailer. Sure, you can overload trailers. It comes back to bite you someday. This is a 17,500 pound GVWR trailer. It has really overkill axles, brakes, wheels, tires. That's why I like it so much. And it very safely allows me to accomplish things that I think would be irresponsible and dangerous with a 14,000 pound trailer for sure. And I like having the 17.5 H-rated tires on these 8K axles to give it that little extra boost in long-term durability when it's having a hard life. This is a lot of weight on a trailer to be moving around. You have all the dynamic loads are going over bumps and turning corners and all that stuff. There's a lot of load on this, and it's handling it very well. You saw it, you know, going over that, I think it was the Thunder Bay River right there. You know, shook the truck around a little bit, but it's not a challenge to keep under control. The factory, this is all factory Super Duty. There's no airbags, no timbrins on this. Factory shocks, 27,000 miles we just turned. 27,000 miles. All factory truck doing the work just fine. My biggest recommendation is, if you're going to do this a lot, this kind of weight in this kind of distance, take the time to fondle your equipment. Make sure you know every last little bit about what's going on with your trailer. Check your air pressures, check your suspension linkage components, check your brakes, check your bearings occasionally, or regularly, I should say. When you're this far away from home with things that can't be moved very easily, you do not want to have a failure. Any effort you put in at home before you leave with a pre-trip check is going to pay dividends. Remember, semi-truck drivers are required to do pre-trip checks every time they fire up the truck, okay? It is important that, no, we're not a semi-driver, no, we're not trying to big truck, but the thing is that we have a responsibility with this much weight behind us to make sure that we are in a good condition before we left. As I said, I had a valve stem fail, whatever the heck stupid thing's called. Bob, what's that dumb thing called? He's sleeping. What's the dumb thing called that broke? Help me out. My brain is having a fart. Valve stem.
Oh, the Schrader valve.
Schrader valve. God dang it.
Schrader.
Well, Schrader failed. It was kind of fascinating. I've never had one fail like this. The bottom of it was tipped sideways and weird to let the air leak out of it. I've never seen that happen before. Get in there and fondle your equipment. And, of course, I had a tire repair kit in the truck. I had extra Schrader valves. No big deal. Crazy. I've never had that happen before, but get in and find out what's wrong. Check your wiring, you know, check your vehicle over before you go do something, especially when you're talking about this much weight. A lot of people get very comfortable with little bitty trailers, lawnmower trailers and whatever. They don't touch them for years, and they just happen to keep on going strong. Well, someday that might come to bite you, and you don't want it to come to bite you when you have this much weight behind you, because it's unlikely you're going to call an easy friend who happens to also have a trailer capable of hauling this much and also has a truck ready to go to back you up. And if you have a fifth wheel, you know that just as well. You may have a lot of friends with trucks. Not all of them own fifth wheels. So they may not have a fifth wheel hitch in their truck or a gooseneck or whatever the heck you're towing. So these are things that to keep in mind. If you have a reliable friend who can be that backstop for you, I'm extremely happy for you, because that is going to greatly improve your chances of success. All right, we are nearing Hillman. I'm going to go and get this thing in. I'm super excited that the drive went so well. I'm super excited. Every time I use this truck, I just love it more and more and more. That's why I keep making videos about it. I love this truck. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that in another video that I'm filming as I'm driving. Not this one, of course, but filming another video. They call it batch filming, and that's what we do here to be more efficient. All right, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye-bye. So, shame on me for not filming the unloading process. They were busy getting people set up with new vehicles and whatever. I wanted to get done and get out of there. Truck ran absolutely perfect. We have great 265 miles, 8.7 altogether. Super awesome performance. Thanks for watching.